Hi guys, it's LaShanda Henry here. I am back helping you make sense of making money online. If you are new to me, hello and welcome. Thanks for catching me live and also for catching the replay. Hello, guys. Hello to you once again. I said I was going to do one quick scope, which I did, just talking about some great things. This week I'm going to be in Atlanta for Paracon Live, this amazing conference for Treps. So for those of you who I'm going to see, yay, party in the house, I'm actually going to be speaking at Paracon on Friday. My session is all about C-rated, how to turn cool content into cash flow. So whether you're going to be at Paracon in Atlanta rocking it out with us or not, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of some great projects that you can try for yourself if you're interested in turning some of your digital information into digital content that you could sell and potentially profit from online. So welcome to those of you who are joining me. Hey, hello, hello. My name again is LaShanda Henry, aka Sister Sense. I am a web designer by trade. I've been building websites for the last 16 years now online. I work at home. I'm a home-based girl. Hey, what's up, sweetie? How are you? Glad to see you back with me. And I mentor entrepreneurs like the amazing Rochelle, who just checked in with me here. I mentor a lot of awesome women entrepreneurs and men who have questions about starting, jump starting, restarting their business online, marketing, sales, blogging, social media, all that good stuff. I'm an information entrepreneur, so those are the kind of things that I like to teach. Hey, what's up? Howdy back at ya. So listen, if you're new to me, drop in NEW into the comment box. And if you've been here before, I want you to drop in that phrase that pays. Fire, 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 fire. Because my goal is to help you stay focused and fired up. So let me get settled here because I want to kind of dive into this concept of converting content into cash flow. It's one of my favorite ways to monetize what I do. Hey, how are you? Fire, fire. Yes, gotta have that fire and focus, right? So I'm going to talk about how you can get fired up. Welcome, newbie. Hi, welcome to you. And create your digital content, okay? So again, this is inspired by my session. I'm going to be at Paracon. Hey, sweetie, what's up? What's up? I'm going to be at Paracon in Atlanta talking about C-rated, how to convert cool content into cash flow. I'm a digital girl, so I'll take all of my virtual content, repurpose it, profit from it, share it, teach it, reach as many people as I can. It's fun, and it's profitable. So that's what I'm kind of going to talk to you guys about today and kind of give you some ideas as far as what you can work on. So in my session, I'm going to share 4 CTC rules, 4 rules to converting content to cash flow. You're awesome. Oh, thank you, sweetie. I'm going to talk to you guys about 2 of those rules today, or I'm going to try to do 2 of those rules today. One of them being, are you ready for this? Are you guys taking notes? I see a couple of hearts, but I think you guys are taking notes. One of the things that I talk about when it comes to profiting and converting, yes, okay, converting content into cash flow is focus on in-demand content ideas, okay? Topics, content ideas that are in demand. Now, this is important because some of you guys want to teach, some of you want to provide people with information, some of you as entrepreneurs, you want to help people. I know what that's like. I love helping people, but some of you want to help people who don't need that, know they need help. Like you're like, okay, I'm invested in this person, but either they're not invested in themselves or they don't get the value behind what you're doing. And so you want to focus on in demand. Somebody just said amen. You want to focus on in demand content ideas. Somebody said, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? In my time in my work online, I've come up with 10 topics that I feel like these topics best describe the kind of people content that people are looking for, the type of content that's in demand. Okay, so I'm going to share one of them with you right now, and then I'm going to give you examples of how I create that kind of in-demand content. Okay, so at Paracon, this is my session, the C-rated. I'm giving you kind of a sneak peek into my session. Know what the people want. Yes, you've got to know what people want, right? And so I'm going to talk about a couple of things that I do to make that happen. If you want to get an access pass to some of the things that I'm going to be talking about, if you want to see my content to Cashflow series, if you want to get access to that series, you can go to ctc.sissasense.com. CTC, so write that down. So that's content to Cashflow. ctc.sissasense.com, okay? But I'm going to share some of this with you guys right now. So the first thing I said is I've got 10 different categories, 10 different types of in-demand topics that I focus on. Here's one of them, okay? Here's one of them. I like to focus on, this is one topic, answers to common questions that people have in my industry, because that's an in-demand topic, okay? What does that mean? That means that people are looking for answers to their common questions in your industry. They know what the questions are. They know what they need help in. So if you can answer those questions, they want you, okay? You don't have to pitch them too hard. You don't have to sell them too hard. You don't have to convince them, because they already have the question. So I want you to write down the buzzword for today. The CTC buzzword is curiosity, okay? Curiosity. So I want you to think about 3 types of curiosity. Hey, LaShanda, I can't believe you don't answer my email. I'm not mad at you, Mama. Did you send me an email? Listen, I had jury duty last week. Mama had taxes, and I'm getting ready to go to Atlanta. So if I missed your email, sweetie, I do apologize. Inbox me again, because I don't know if I got it, but resend it to me and say, LaShanda, you missed my email. But sweetie, trust me. Trust and believe. Your girl got a lot going on. All love, though. All love. I do appreciate you guys when you send me emails, and I appreciate that you work with me, because my inbox sometimes be cray. Cray. But I got you, okay? So send me a follow-up. Just let me know, LaShanda, did you miss that email? But I do have a lot going on. So I'm glad that you were able to catch me up on Scope, so we can kind of virtually see eye to eye on some level. Yes, got a lot going on. So yes, our buzzword, the CTC buzzword, is curiosity. I want you to think about 3 types of curiosity common questions that people have, and get your brain dump juices flowing. Like, try to figure out how to brain dump some ideas as far as content that you can create, okay? So here are the 3 that a lot of times people focus on when they come to me, okay? None of them is how did you? How did you ... LaShanda, how did you build your website? LaShanda, how did you go from, which is funny because this was one of the questions that somebody asked me a couple of weeks ago on Periscope. How did you go from like a freelancer to a full-time entrepreneur working at home? How did you do that? Okay? So I create content that answers common questions that people have that are in demand, and they sell because people want answers to those questions. I provide them with the answers, and they're happy, like a big smile on their face, right? So you want to not try to be ambiguous when you create content. And, let me give you an example of what I mean by being ambiguous, right? When you say, okay, so I'm going to empower you. Get my Empower You challenge. Like, that's too general, right? Empower you, what does that mean? You can empower me to wake up in the morning. You can empower me to lose 20 pounds. You can empower me to, to get a new job, right? You can empower me in lots of different ways. But when you focus on creating content that answers specific common questions, then it becomes clear, right? When somebody says, LaShanda, I need to be empowered to finish my doggone blog posts. I say, okay, so guess what? I've got a mastermind right now, and we're going to work on 100 days worth of blog content so you can do just that, right? So it's not general. It's not, okay, I'm going to do blogging 101. We're going to do 100 days worth of blog posts, which is actually my mastermind right now, so that you can get the job done. So if you want to sell content, if you want to create content that sells and tap into your profit potential, you've got to focus on, number 1, I said one of my rules is focus on content types that are strictly in demand, right? Okay. And then number 2, I have 10 different types of in-demand content, but we're going to just focus on this one today. answers to common questions. So the first one I said to you guys is how do I, so when I say that, how do I dot, 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 think about people who come to you and all the time are asking you, how do you do dot, dot, dot. Is the mastermind still available? Yes, it is. Over at blogskills.sistersense.com. You can register for the mastermind. We did our first session last night, but it's 6 weeks, so you've got 5 weeks to go. Yes, answers to common questions. So how do I dot, dot, dot? Fill in the blank. What are people constantly asking you? How do you do that? Okay, so that's number one. Number two, how does that work? Dot, dot, dot. How does that work? So I get a lot of people coming to me and asking me questions like that all the time. One of the ways in which I generate revenue as a service professional is I blog for business. Okay, I blog for business. What does that mean? I promote my content on my blog. I write great articles. I talk about my offers. I talk about my clients. I talk about a whole lot of stuff, and that gets people excited about what I do. All right, so people will come to me and say, how does that work? How do people make money blogging? How do you monetize, right? So you want to think about those kinds of common questions that people ask you. When is the next one? When is the next one? Next Tuesday. The next session is on Tuesday. Well, actually, next week we're doing all week. We're doing 5 days because I'm doing a blogging challenge, and I'm showing you how to create 100 days worth of blog content over the time that we mastermind together. So all week next week we're doing sessions from Monday to Friday. Okay? Good questions, by the way, just so that you know. Monetize, that was my buzzword last week. Yes, monetize, monetize, monetize. the the next 100, well, let me explain. It's not that we're going to work together for 100 days. I have a 10-day challenge, okay? And inside of my mastermind, I'm showing you how to create 100 days worth of content in that 10-day challenge, okay? I don't blog every day. It's not possible. But what I like to do is to sit down, strategically write some great content, and then schedule it out. And I'm going to show you how I do that quickly, efficiently, and allow you to kind of get a sense of what I do so I can help you create something like that for yourself, right? Can you do 100 with days? That's the goal. But I certainly want you to be able to create as much as you like. Some of my clients say, yay, I do 30 days, or yay, I did 60 days, and they're happy with that. So whatever you can complete, great. But my goal is to show you how to do 100 days worth of blog content in 10. Okay? Hopefully that's clear to you, but great questions. Keep them coming. So, again, I said to you guys, the first thing that you want to think about as far as curiosity is concerned with common questions, what are people curious about as far as how did you do that? That's number one. Number two is how does that work? Okay? So number three is what do you use? What do you use? People ask me that all the time. LaShanda, what do you use to, self-publish your CDs? What do you use to promote yourself on social media? What do you use to get your books and your bags published? Like, that's so awesome. Hey, sis, gotta run. I'm on the studio. We'll listen to the replay. Thank you, sweetie. Thanks for dropping in. Mwah, have a great time. So that's another common thing that people are always asking me, right? So you want to think about for yourself, what do you use questions do people have, okay? Awesome. Okay, good stuff. So you want to think about for yourself, what do you use questions that people have? Because trust me, they want to know your resources. They want to know your people. They want to know your go-to ... Because if they can use what you use, they've already seen the results based on what you've got. So they're already sold on the results based on what they see from what you've got. So if they can just cut out the fat, the research, the middleman, and just kind of pick your brain with that content, it gets them really excited. What do you use when you think you don't know what to say? Okay, is that a question for me? But that's a good question. I just took a screenshot of it. Hey, Rochelle. Hi, sweetie. Is that a question for me or a question that you're coming up with? What do you use when you don't know what to say? But those are some things. Hello, comment. Oh, awesome. I'm seeing like people are commenting and posting, and all these different things are happening on my phone at one time. It's crazy. But those are 3 areas that I want you to dig into if you're saying, you know what? Okay, I'll answer that in a different one so I don't get too off course. But that's a good question. These are the types of questions that you want to think about if you say, you know what? I want to teach people. I want to create something that's going to sell well for me. I want to create something that people see the value in. One of the things you've got to do is focus on an in-demand idea, and one of those in-demand requests from people are common questions, okay? So brainstorm for yourself. That's the first thing I said, brainstorm. When people ask you one of three things, how did you ... That's number one. How does that work ... Whatever that is, that's number two. What did you use to ... That's number three. Okay, so they want to know. So think about when people ask you those questions, what comes to mind? One of my clients is a fashion designer, and she sells plus size clothing. And she actually, in addition to working as a fashion designer, is now teaching young people, up and coming fashion designers, because they're always asking her, what manufacturer did you use? You know, how do you ship your stuff overseas? All of these common questions that she can easily answer without even thinking about it, because she's been doing this for years, right? She's an expert in her industry. So there are people who want to get to where you are, and if you can answer their common questions, you can certainly optimize the things that you do. Sumia Rashid, she's the creator of Ann Nahari Plus Size Clothing. Great questions. Y'all are like dropping a whole bunch of questions for me. But yeah, okay, so those are three that I want you to keep in mind. So now that I just kind of gave you like a sneak peek, because this, by the way, guys, just let me pause for a second here. This is a sneak peek into the session that I'm going to be teaching at Paracon on Friday. My session is called C-Rated, How to Convert Cool Content into Cash Flow. So I'm going to be talking about some of the great things that I've been doing in my business over the years. Hopefully I get to see a couple of you guys there in Atlanta. If you're going to be there, if you want to see the breakout session, if you want to work with me, because I'm going to do a 2-hour intensive on Friday night for a couple of ladies in my circle, you can go to ctc.sistasense.com for Content to Cash Flow so that you can sign up for my private intensive that evening, or you can even get my 4 CD set. All right, so this is inspired by my breakout session tomorrow. I'm kind of giving you a sneak peek into that. So the first thing that I did was I shared with you guys one of my 4 content to cash flow rules. Focus on in-demand topic ideas. I've got 10 different topic ideas, but for today I shared one with you guys. Okay, so number 2, let's talk about project possibilities. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through one of my personal profit projects on the topic of answering common questions, like really digging into the things that people are curious about. Okay, so that's the buzzword for today, curiosity. Okay, so here's one of my profit projects, and I showed you guys this just a second ago because I did a Periscope, and I said that one of the things that I did, and I'm going to share in my intensive on Friday night, I'm going to talk about how I put this together. This is my Sister Sense Start Her Up guide. It is 20 pages, and it's about how to build a web business on a floss string budget. Okay, so it's an awesome starter up guide, and it answers a lot of the common questions that people have from when they come to me. So people will often say, LaShanda, I have to build a website. I need to do it on a budget. How do I make that happen? Okay, I tell people all the time, I started off on a floss string budget. So it's 3 steps to building a web business on a floss string budget. How to make it, how to make your website, how to market the website, and how to monetize it, right? How to make it, market, and monetize your website, okay? So is this 1,000 pages? Obviously you can see it's not. It's a 20-page guide, but it's one of my favorites. I call these power PDFs because you can have people download the digital copy, but then you can also print these out, and I like to print these out and take them to meet with me when I go to live events, because they're chock full of information, answers to common questions. So people will say, well, you know, what hosting should I use? You know, what resources do you use? What should I do to market myself online? I don't understand WordPress.com versus WordPress.org. All the common questions, I just answered them in this bad boy. So I can say, here, get this, okay? So let me talk about like kind of cover front cover to back cover, how I break this bad boy down. So maybe for those of you who are interested in doing something like this, you can take my outline and utilize that, okay, for yourself. So anybody interested in creating their own Power PDF, you can say yes, yes, yes. If you've created one before, you can say yes to let me know that as well. Say I've got one, but if you're interested in creating one, that's what I'm going to talk about today. So how you then take those common questions and create your own guide, okay? So this is 20 pages. We've got the front cover, we got the back cover. Those 2 pages, they're covered, okay? So I have an introduction, which is really simple. I always like to kind of just introduce myself, letting people know who I am and what I do. I always have what I like to call my Get Extra Help page. So you see that the wind is blowing, y'all, so forgive me. I need to start with blogging. I'm a newbie. Okay, awesome. But, in your blog, it's definitely good to create a resource guide so you can kind of pull together some of the things that you like, some of the common questions that people have, and make it easier for them to be like, boom, boom, boom. Oh, my God, this is great. Like, so they can dig into that, okay? Hey, welcome. So one of the things that I like to have, as I mentioned before, let's see if the wind will stop blowing for 2 seconds, is my Get Help page, okay? So on my Get Help page, I'll pretty much just kind of break down, outside of the guide, other ways in which people can work with me. So whether they want to call me, whether they want to watch videos on my website, whether they want to be able to, come out and work with me as far as my virtual trainings or live trainings, I list all the different types of services and direct resources that I offer on this page. By the way, some of you guys have been asking me, like, LaShanda, how can I work with you? Whether you want to work with me in my mastermind, live calls, or private calls, things like that. So you can go to workwithme.sistersense.com, and all the details are over there, okay? Workwithme.sistersense.com. First timer, hey sweetie, welcome. Hopefully you enjoy the session today. It's kind of like a sneak peek into how I convert content into cash flow, okay? So I'm just kind of going through this process. The first thing for me is brainstorming, well, what am I going to do? What kind of content I'm going to create? So I gave you one idea, which is answers to common questions that are in demand in your industry, okay? The questions that people are asking you, how did you do that? What did you use? How does that work? Answer those questions. Now, what kind of content can you create as far as a digital product? One of them is a resource guide. I call this a Power PDF. It's literally 20 pages, but it's information packed with a lot of the questions that people have. And then I also print these out so that in addition to allowing people to download a digital copy, the guide, by the way, is like $5. This one is over at Start Her Up. So you see it says Start Her Up. So startherup.sistersense.com. It's basically a $5 guide. It's like I'm tongue-tied, so I'm going to pause for a second. This is one of my LPPs. And for those of you who are new to me, you're like, okay, what's an LPP? LPPs are low price point products. I create these because, one, I want to give people an opportunity to try me at an entry level before they, consider buying something else. And two, I like to create low price point products. So it is what it is. But creating low price point products in addition to my services, which are higher priced, $600, $500, $2,500, $5,000. It's a way for me to balance out my income. So I have high price point products and I have low price point products. $5, $7, $25. Her products are great. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that support. So in saying that, right, and you'll see like on the bottom here, that's the URL, startherup.sistersense.com. I don't know if you can see it or if it's blurry. And I've got like a little description about this guide on the back here. As you can see, this is one particular offer that I have. How much is the event on Friday? Oh, my intensive on Friday is $95. You get access to a 2-hour with me. I'm going to have it in my little space at the hotel that I'm going to be staying at the Marriott for Paragon. And it's just for about, 4 ladies to rock out with me on Friday. And we're going to work on putting one of these together. One of the ladies in my circle, she's, I think there's one lady who is not going to be at Paracon, but she wants to come out because she lives in Atlanta. So she's like, LaShanda, can I register? And I was like, yeah, sure. I created it for people who are going to Paracon, who are in my circle, who want to rock out and do an intensive with me for 2 hours. But if you're in Atlanta and you just kind of want to come out as well, it's $95. You get access to the 2 hour intensive. You get to learn how to create one of these for yourself. And you got to walk away with a gift. And I'm going to show you what the gift is in a second. But don't beat me to it. Okay, I'll show it to you, but I won't talk about it yet. It's these 4 CDs you get as a gift if you register for the intensive that I'm doing on Friday after Paracon is over. In my room, it's over at ctc.suspense.com. I'm going to be at the Marriott, y'all. That's where the event is happening, but I'll give you more details about that in a second, okay? So let's talk about how to break this down, okay? So I said, you guys, there's a front cover, obviously, there's a back cover. I said to you, I have a How I Can Help You page that I just kind of break down other resources. But the meat of this resource guide is 15 pages worth of answers, okay? These answers right here, 15 pages worth of answers. So here, how to join an online marketplace, how to create your own marketplace, how to communicate with customers, how to make 3 a.m. money, a short list of affiliate programs, okay? Ooh, we got some random people in the house. Bye, haters. How to monetize. So how to monetize your business, right? So I've broken down my guide into 3 primary categories, if you will, okay? How to make, how to market, how to monetize. So first you want to think about, well, what's the common question that I'm going to answer? In this case, my common question is how to start your business on a flowstring budget, right? All the common things that people ask me with regards to this major topic, that's the thing that I'm focused on. So we brainstormed already. If you missed that, watch the replay. We brainstormed how to come up with your idea. That was number 1. Number 2, once you have your idea, break that idea down into 3 primary categories, okay? So I said to myself, when it comes to people asking me how to build a website, 3 categories. Sorry about that. Number 1, they ask me how to make the website, so that's one category. Number 2, they ask me how to market the website, like how to get started with that process, so that's another category. And then another category is how to monetize it, right? So I then took the big topic, broke it down into 3 primary areas, okay? So once you break it down into 3 primary areas, you're going to break it down even further, okay? So for each area, I provide answers to at least 3 to 5 sub-questions, okay? So when it comes to how to make the website, what hosting should I use? How do I get my domain name? Should I start with a free site versus a paid site? I just break that one thing, how to make it, into 3 to 5 questions, okay? Then I go to the next category. Then I break that down into 3 to 5 questions. Then I go to the next category. Those are the 15 pages that make up the bulk of the guide. Okay, does that make sense to you guys? Say yes, 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 or let me know if you have any questions. But the meat of the guide is 3 categories. Each category is about 5 pages each. And in each of those categories, I answer 3 to 5 smaller questions. So this makes it easy for you to take something that, you may go, oh my God, this is a big topic, and break it down into bite-sized pieces. I always love that quote. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Okay, so let's go over kind of like an outline of what this resource guide looks like. Again, I've got the front cover, I have the back cover, I have my How I Can Help You section, and I have the 3 categories and a 1-page introduction. It's not like, ooh, 1 page, right? Just to kind of explain, why I created this guide, what questions I'm answering, and how they can stay connected with me. So a small introduction, but the meat of it is the resources. Now you can do this with a whole lot of stuff. I'm going to do something pretty cool inside of the intensive, and I can't tell you guys because it's a surprise, but if you come out to the intensive, then You get to know. But there are so many different things that you can do when creating something like this. Like I said, one of my clients, she does fashion, and so she answers a lot of common questions for aspiring fashion designers as far as how she works with manufacturers, how she gets her materials, and how she puts her products together, right? So that's one thing. I work with a lot of clients who have questions about web tools that they can use, right? So you want to think about what questions people are asking you and how you can put something like this together. So let's dig a little bit deeper into this project. Is this, because I saw a couple of you guys said this was something that you would like to work on, okay? So I did, one of my favorite incubators I did was my Content to Cashflow 4-day incubator. And then I put them on CDs. Okay, so these 4 CDs here. Let me zoom in. I think this is CD. They all look the same. I don't know why I'm trying to put them in order. Hey, what's up, sweetie? Hi, Tiffany. Here's the first one. It's one of 4 CDs. Okay, so this is Content to Cashflow, and on every CD you have a project. So for 4 days I worked with a group of ladies, and I said, okay, for every single day we're going to have morning calls and afternoon webinars, and I'm going to show you how to create 4 types of digital products, and I'm also going to tell you about my 10 in-demand content ideas, so you can pick from these ideas different types of topics that you want to turn into content. So we did audio, we did audio, we did video, we did Power PDFs, we did a whole lot of different kinds of digital content, and I walked them through the process, okay? So one of them was the curiosity, the project, how you can create your own resource guide, and all of those are on the CD. So each CD has one project on them each, okay? So you can get these CDs if you go to ctc.success.com. I just shared it this week because I'm going to actually be bringing these to Atlanta with me. For those who sign up for my intensive on Friday, as a gift, you're going to get all 4 CDs, okay? If you want to just get the CDs and you're not coming out to ATL, you can go to ctc.success.com to order your CDs. This week, it's free shipping, so you can get your CDs and I will ship them out to you so you can watch the videos, because each project has videos. Can you get them separately? It's actually one thing. It's 4 CDs because it's 4 different projects, and we did them over the course of 1 week. So they're all combined into one. And every day we did something different. You can listen to the audios. You put them in, you see the CD into your computer so you can watch the videos. I show you how I put together my products. I show you how I design the graphics. You can design graphics without a graphics designer. It's really simple to put your graphics together. I show you how I upload the products to my store and sell them. So everything, the packaging, the pricing, the production, even a little bit of promotion. I show you step by step how to put 4 profit projects together in this, okay, in this series. Yes, it is visual. So one, you get to listen to the audio. So there's an audio for each project that you get to listen to, and I explain what the project is. Then there is a video, okay? So you pop the CD into your computer, watch the video. It's a webinar. So you get to see my computer screen. You get to see me uploading the recordings. I show you how I do my Power PDFs. I show you how I put together my documents step by step, okay? So you've got well over 4 hours worth of content. I usually have my face on my CDs, but not this one. I've got this cute little chick right here. She's got some muscles behind her in front of her chalkboard, because it's really about, revving up your social media skills, right? And, building up your skills so that you can powerhouse and create your content. But thank you. Thank you for that, sweetie. So yes, if you want to dig into this particular project a little bit more, plus get 3 other, so a total of 4 profit projects that you can work on to turn your content into cash flow. You can order your CDs. It's free shipping this week. It will go up after I come back from Paracon on Saturday, because then I'm like, okay, I'm actually launching these at Paracon, so I'm bringing them out with me into Atlanta. I live in Atlanta. We'll try to make it on Friday. Sure, absolutely. I would love to see you. If you want to go to Paracon. I think you can still register. There are a few more seats left over at paracon.live. I'm going to be speaking. My breakout session is on Friday, but I do know a couple of ladies who just kind of want to come out and see me. My intensive is after Paracon Friday evening in my hotel room for literally about 3 to 4 ladies. So I can, in an intimate space, we got our laptops out, we're powerhousing, and we're creating content, right? Some people like to play. I like to profit. So I'm about teaching you how to profit online, and we're going to mastermind and do a 2-hour intensive together. Did you teach classes in the DMV area? Honestly, a lot of my stuff is virtual. So this right here was a virtual training that I did that you can get on CDs. Every year I do events in North Carolina because that's where I live, and I'm doing one event in Virginia in July, but I don't really travel that much. I'll go into Atlanta because my girl Jay Stone is amazing. She is the creator of Paracon. She said, LaShanda, I want you to come out and speak. So that's why I'm coming out, but I really don't go to a lot of locations to speak. Periscope keeps going out on me. Aw. Well, you're probably going to have to go back and watch the replay because I'm about to wrap this session up in a bit. But I did kind of want to give you guys a sneak peek into my session. I don't know if I'll be able to scope it. I got to ask my girl Jay to see what, the protocol is for Paracon. But you can catch live streaming of Paracon, so definitely go to paracon.live if you want to register to be there. And if you want to see me, or if you want to get this CD set, you can go to ctc.sistersense.com for all the details on that. All right, guys? So have an amazing day. I will see some of you guys there. I'll check some of you guys on the flip side of Periscope. I've got all these little things around me so that we can work on your guide and you can rock out with these CDs. Again, it's over at ctc.sistersense.com. I've got to get ready for my travels in the AM, but if I can do a late night Periscope, I will try. All right? So have a great day, guys, and I will see you later.